Welcome everyone to Everydayman.net. I'm your host, Cordero Hicks. I'm here with my co-host Jay
Hey.
and my co-host Kiddo.
What up, though?
And we have a lot of things we want to talk about today. So without any further, it's gonna be a good show. Stay tuned, listen. Without any further ado, we go ahead and get into the podcast.
Why you lie and you cheat and you try to make a fool out of shit?
Yes, we're back again. Everydayman.net. You can find us on everydayman.net. All of our shows and audio are on there. You can also find us on SoundCloud at the Everydayman Podcast. If you have any questions, emails, anything you want to send, you can email us at everydaymanpod@gmail.com. We also on iTunes, Stitcher, or any podcatcher that's out there, really. We have another exciting show for you today. A few things I want to talk about. First things first. I know Jay. So first off, how y'all been, man? Because it's been, I think it's been a week since we last recorded. So anything was going on with you, kid?
Cooling, chilling.
Just chilling. How about you, Jay?
Nothing. Work.
Oh, nothing. Just working. So we go ahead and get into the show, so y'all don't have any interesting stories to talk about. It's all good, man. But yeah, first thing first. First thing I noticed this morning, I see that Bill Cosby had started his trial this morning. I want to touch on that real quick. We all know what's going on, man. We don't have to go in depth about it. You know, Bill Cosby, he and I'm kind of conflicted about it still. We know what's going on. More than 50 women, alleged allegations of sexual assault. He finally going to trial for one. And I
Just one of them?
Yeah, this is for one. This woman name is, I don't want to mispronounce it. Andrea Constant. I think Constant. Yeah. So if anybody been following the trial, anybody been?
No, I just glimpsed it over the weekend and it caught my attention. I didn't even know that he was going to trial. I thought that, they would have settled out of court. I mean, what kind of justice they gonna get? Send him to jail?
Right, he's already an old man, right?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they gonna send him to jail, Jessica.
Well, if that's the justice they looking for, then knock yourself out. Take him to court. But are they really gonna do is it all 50 women want to take him to court?
No, this is only for one.
That's a whole lot going back and forth when they can knock it all out at one time.
Yeah, like the 79-year-old Bill Cosby faces 3 counts of aggravation, indecent assault. He denied accusations because she went to the police back in 2005. So this been going on. This been 12 years now. He just going to court. So I don't know what took him so long. I don't know if he kept, they kept getting to the trial pushed back or whatever was going on with it. But I want to talk about Bill Cosby, but but it's one thing actually when I ran across the story that actually caught my attention more than anything else, man. And this is the fact that one of the fan favorites from the hit show, The Cosby Show, one of the fan favorites, especially today since she's grown up, Rudy Husband, played by Keisha Knight, actually showed up on his arm.
Did she?
Yeah, she showed up to support him, and I thought that was kind of weird because, usually when somebody going through this type of, accused with this type of accusation, the last thing you expect to see is a woman, on his side, especially since he's saying that he did these things to women that was close to him, and I know she was young at the time. Of course, she was like a little girl, so you wouldn't expect him to do something to her. But she was a kid when all this thing was going on. She didn't even understand. So what do you think is the reason behind her being there? You think it's just for
one? It just could be the way that she knew him. Maybe she didn't know that side of him, and all she do know is, a good man that grew up as her father figure on the show, maybe she truly don't believe he did it. It's kind of hard with all these women coming against him. But she's probably just still stands beside him from what she know of him. Just like some people just don't, like, some people know one side of you and then other people know another side of you.
Right.
And it's hard to convince that person because that's all I seen. That's all I know. So that has a lot to do with it, I believe. But another way.
Do you run that risk of being so wrong by putting yourself out there with them?
You got to. It's a leap of faith.
Like,
What you say, Kendall?
I said that's dangerous, putting herself right there when if he's wrong and it comes out that he's guilty, she gonna look crazy.
Right, like I say, she's a little girl. She didn't know. She didn't know what was going on. She find out when everybody else find out. But the fact that you can't believe her. I mean, not saying you can't believe a child, because that's the wrong thing to say. But she can't believe her word. She didn't even know what's going on. She's a little kid at the time. She can't say, well, I know him. Yeah, you knew him on the show. Of course, because he didn't act like in front of everybody, in front of the cast and the crew.
But you don't know what kind of relationship they had as time went by. Maybe they stood very close.
Yeah.
Maybe they stood very close. And once again, if she never seen that side of him, she's still going by what she knows.
I think you dig it too deep. She ain't been on TV in how long? She loving this camera time right now.
I think that's something to do with it too. I didn't want to mention that because she had that whole scandal thing about the whole baby father, about the guy denying oh God, what's the guy's name? He's a retired football player, I believe.
I'm not sure.
I think so. And he's some type of sports player, or was a sports player, and he was denying their child, and she had all that little time for that. She was on the Donald Trump show. Oh, what was it called?
Like The Apprentice or something?
Yes, she was on there.
So y'all may be right. You think she just looking for the attention? Do you think showing up will hurt him or help him? The fact that somebody,
well, there's somebody close to him, and I don't know how that helps him because you was a little child during the times that these women say he done these things to him. I think she was still very young when
she was
when
young.
all these things went on.
She was young.
So of course they might dismiss what she knows anyway. They'll be like, "Well, you was a child. He probably, hopefully he didn't take action with you that way." So it might be all dismissed. She just might be there for his support. Like I say, maybe she only knows that side of him.
Right. So I know a lot of kids are impressionable. You can sway a kid with anything, and like you say, maybe they stayed close. Maybe they kept in contact with each other. I don't know. You got anything to say else about this, Kendall?
I mean, no, not really. It's just that it's heartbreaking. That's pretty much it. So many people really looked up to him. Just the accusations of it is heartbreaking. Not even the fact that if he actually did it, the damage that it would do to him. It's already damaging. He's done.
Yeah, the damage is done. Yeah, because what you say?
I said, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, because his attorney is, sticking by his side. Of course, that's his job. But he's saying that his client is not guilty of any crime at all. He don't believe. But, the woman is saying that he gave her drugs. She felt woozy. He fondled her. And I think it also saying that the victim mother had confronted Bill Cosby about it. I don't know when, where this took place. But they saying that even like she told her mama went to Bill Cosby with it, and more likely they went to the police. But at the time, he's a big figure. He's so much money, you can pay anybody off when you at the height of your career.
Yeah,
you're pretty much untouchable. Why you think it's just happening now? That
why did it take so long?
Right, I think because he was doing so much for people, and man, you could pay anybody off. This ain't just this is real. I mean, you could pay anybody off at any time; they'll drop it.
It's just. I don't know. It's not pointless.
Sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, it's not pointless now that he's not as big. He still has a big shadow behind him, but now he's this older, elderly man.
He's vulnerable. He's easier to attack now.
Yeah, vulnerable. There you go.
I mean, not victim shaming the victim. I mean, because if it happened, something should be said about it. But
yeah, definitely if it happened and it wasn't consensual, and because we all know how they used to party back in the days. There was drugs. There was sex.
Right. A lot of people saying that too. They was like, well, back in the day, that's what they did. Everybody did drugs.
Everybody did drugs. And, has sex. Now, what these women are like, older, but, it's really hard for that many women to come out and get together, it's really hard to say that no, he didn't do it and it wasn't consensual. So
Yeah, some people don't believe that he did all of it. Over 50 women, that's a lot of people.
So you mean to tell me he was paying off over 50 women?
I don't know. I
now,
think you know
did
how
they mention that he paid them in the past or anything like that?
No, I didn't come across that. I ain't gonna put that.
Me
out
either, because I didn't hear anything.
But you know, they was saying that he was promising them careers and stuff. But at the time, Bill Cosby like the biggest thing walking.
All of the big.
But how long ago was he not the biggest thing walking? Like when did it stop? Because for a long time he ain't been out here like that.
But you know what?
So why?
The Hollywood inner circle knew. Hollywood knew about it. They knew about the allegations. Us everyday people and Everydayman, we didn't know. Everybody else knew it. Because you had a few comedians making jokes about it. See, they know. They know the inside thing was going on. We had what is that?
Yeah, they get the little whispers.
Yeah, so what's his name? They actually put it out there a few years ago. Hannibal Buress, and his intentions was not malicious at all. He was just on stage. He just happened to make a joke. And I think even back in the day, I don't want to lie. If anybody know, correct me. everydaymanpod@gmail.com. Send us an email. I think Eddie Murphy said in one of his stand-ups too, long time ago, that something about Bill Cosby and drugging women and stuff. Yeah, so moving on. But if anybody got anything or want to continue the conversation about Bill Cosby, whatever. You can email us at everydaymanpod@gmail.com. Moving the show along. Jay, we gonna talk about something in your field of work. In the medical field, and this is one of the reasons why people are skeptical about putting their family in like nursing homes, going to the doctors, things like that, because you don't know what these people live outside of work. And people think that just because they help people for a living, that they really want to help people for a living. That's not true. Most people look at the money and you like, But the reason I brought that up only because you got this killer nurse, and it's not funny. It sounds like a damn villain, right? This killer nurse in Canada. Recently she confessed to killing mean patients. Yeah.
What?
Right. She confessed of killing mean patients for whatever reason. No, not for whatever reason. We'll get into that real quick. Her name is Elizabeth Willifer. I'm probably killing her name right now. She's pleaded guilty to poisoning 8 care residents over 7 years. And the craziest thing is she said she thought at first God wanted her to do it.
Oh my God.
So she's saying that God wanted her to kill these people at first. She told authorities that she gave the victims a lethal dose of insulin. And keep in mind, these are old, elderly people because it's like a nursing home type business. And she did it at 2 different facilities now. Not all at the same one. Ranges from ages from 75 years old to 90 years old patients. In 2 Ontario facilities between the years of 2007 and 2014. So y'all got any thoughts about this?
People like that make nurses and healthcare people look really, really bad. Unfortunately, should they do more?
You've done this kind of work before, so
for people unfortunately nurses and stuff like that, they do go under a lot of pressure. They are under a lot of pressure. It is a very stressful job. I think that mental evaluation should be done on a lot of them, especially when they get up in the age. Some of them get older, and unfortunately, age messes with the mental.
The old take care of the old.
Yeah. So that's not saying that just because you're an old nurse, you shouldn't have a job. I think you should go through some evaluation testing just to make sure that you're capable of doing your job properly, with good manner, with good judgment and stuff. Right. So don't get me wrong, it's not the young. There was a young nurse killing patients. What was that? Back in 2000, and I have to find the story. I think it was in 2002 or 1. There was a young nurse straight out of nursing school, and unfortunately, she had a mental problem. And,
clearly.
But she was a smart, intelligent girl. She passed her nursing state boards, and she killed 3 patients.
Wow. Kenneth, anything else to say about this story, man? So how do you feel about? I know because like you say, people are already like skeptical about putting their, they don't trust nursing homes just for this reason because they don't treat them right. You got anything to say about that?
If you look at her, she looks like something is wrong with her. If you see it.
No, she right. She looked like something is wrong with her. But you know, usually the pictures they put up all your worst pictures. So
Yes.
they're not gonna put up a glamour shot because they got to make it look like she's the worst thing walking around here. So
Yeah.
you're right about that.
Picture from her police interrogation, and when they first brought her in, it looked like something like she's on some kind of medication or something.
Right. So clearly she must have been good at her job.
Yeah.
I mean, for her to.
She is a white lady, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she is a white lady. Like during the trial, it was like a 1 day trial. It was, I guess, cut and dry, straight to the point. She said during the trial that she knew the difference between right and wrong, but she would get a red surging with God telling her that this is the one.
Oh.
So she was getting instruction from God saying like, all right, this is the one, and like she's saying sometimes she would kill mean patients, and sometimes she would kill patients with God telling her, all right, get this one. So it's crazy. And she also confessed that she actually tried to kill other ones, but I guess it didn't work. So instead of 8 people over 7 years, it probably could have been up to 20. Because we don't know how many people she actually tried to kill. Because that's ridiculous for one. But these type of stories, I don't know. When I get old, I don't know if I want our daughter to put me in a nursing home now because I don't want to die.
Well, nursing homes don't always kill you, but I think it's very important for all people to all family members to check up on their elderly. If you're gonna put them in a nursing home, be involved. Go there weekly. Make it your time to go there weekly. Twice a week if you have to. Take them home sometime in the weekends with you. Is it gonna kill you? Are they that much of a heck? Make your time to be involved. Cause when people see you involved, they're more mindful about what they do.
Well, okay. I mean, I understand that, but that wouldn't stop somebody like Elizabeth who getting instructions from God Himself.
It's the facility's job to make sure they do a better job of the hiring process. Like, they need to vet these people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because
even the ones that been there a long time, don't assume, well, she's been with us 12 years. No, she needs to go through evaluations like everybody else.
Right.
So,
right. They do it with soldiers and our military, and we count on them to protect our freedom. So, if they got so much weight on their shoulders, they do it. Why everybody else should get it too? No special treatment for nobody. Especially anybody with any type of job that, that you have people life in your hand. You should really, really do a thorough background and vet these people. Because it's crazy. Like last September, the police received a tip. I guess, because she confessed to her pastor and friends. And those probably the ones who told on her. Maybe her friends, because usually if you tell your pastor anything, they're not supposed to tell anybody at all. They're not supposed to, I mean it is, but I mean when you go through confession, nobody's supposed to tell anything and stuff like that. So I don't know. Yeah. So but I don't know. I just.
They'll just marry anybody anyway, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, man. I just thought it was a crazy story. But moving along real quick. Let's see. Anything else about this story? Any final words for anyone of you? We go keep it moving. Let's see. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man. For our people out there, like Jay said, if you can't get more involved, if that will decrease the chances of one of your loved ones
being hurt, being mistreated, being abused, be involved. I mean, it's really not gonna kill you to go once a week, twice a week. People see you coming and you checking and you seeing and you asking questions. That minimizes the abuse in nursing homes and the mistreatment and stuff.
Right.
It really does.
Right, because I didn't see anything about it saying that these people didn't have families. I don't know if they have families or not. I didn't see anything about that. I just found the story, thought it was crazy. I know you used to do this kind of work once upon a time, and I just figured I know you had some thoughts about it. Any closing thoughts on this, Kendall?
Did they sentence her yet or no?
Actually, I think they did. but I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all because I didn't put it in the show notes, so I didn't see it. But with that being said, we can go ahead and move along because time restrictions right now. But another thing I know Jay want to talk about, the attack in London this weekend on the London Bridge, and because and it's a sad thing that happened. You know, you have these people. You can't do anything anymore these days. Seem like you can't go out, you can't be home, you can't be at work, school, the movies. It just seemed like things happening everywhere, and London been actually getting hit. I know the last couple of months hasn't been good. But if you're going over there, you really gotta be careful now because it seemed like they sitting ducks for some reason. People actually going over there, doing terrorist attack. If I'm not mistaken, is it that's where the Ariana Grande take place over there in the UK, right?
I believe so.
Her concert.
Yeah, Manchester.
Right, that somebody blew up her thing. It's crazy. So, do you have that story pull up?
Hold up.
Because, not to spend much time on it, but I seen that they have 2 people in custody. They have 2 or 3 people identified, and I'm actually on seeing it right now. Hopefully not this thing won't play. The British police has identified. Hold on, give me a second. They identified. Cut that off. 3 men. Saturday night terror attack in London. They have these weird ass names, man. Karam Shahzad Butt and Richard Redoubts. I guess I don't know. 2 bad people. And these 2. I know, right? These 2 men were actually shot and killed by the police, which nobody go to miss there, nobody go feel sorry for them. And one of them was Butt, who was 27. He was a British citizen who was born in Pakistan. And this is one of the reasons why people see, and this is type of the thing people be like, they wait on these type of things to push certain agendas. And I know that sounds sad because now I think in the U.S. now, when President Trump go back to his whole travel ban thing, and it's gonna come back up. Mm-hmm. Just for this reason, and for good. I think in the beginning I had like issue with it, but when these type of things keep happening, you're like, all right now, like, and of course it's not everybody. We know it's not everybody. It seems like every time people like it calms down or people trying to give it a pass, these type of incidents always pop back up, just like to keep the issue going. They keep the conversation going, like every time.
Seem like both mirrors, right?
What's that?
Kind of seem like a smoke and mirror.
Yeah, like every time, like, all right, people not talking about us. Now let's attack, blow up something else. Then we got to keep our name. They got to keep, the terrorists reign alive, man. It's crazy. I know I seen it online somewhere where they're saying they gonna start monitoring the internet more to try to cut down on terrorist attacks. Mm-hmm. But actually, when I seen that, what I thought about actually what's going to happen now is it seems like, okay, let's say, because they can move in and out of the country, because you don't know who's part of what, and that's the thing. So let's say if they do start doing it in there, let's say they start doing by word of mouth. These people actually will travel from country to country just to talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. They don't care. People think that the internet is really for lazy people. I mean, because we all become lazy over time. So what happens? Let's say if they do that, right, and they cut down on terrorist attack for a time, for a time being, they gonna start traveling more, getting the word out, and after that, people start feeling safe because the attacks are gonna be cut down, and then something major happen because you missed it because you focusing on the internet and stuff like that. I think you need people on the ground too. You can't just focus on the internet, but they say that because people going around stabbing people, and it seemed like they had like it was a few incidents happening at a time, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken,
but they wasn't far from each other. They were like spaced out.
Right, and it always happened in a populated area, man. And like I said, they killed 3 attackers, but they only identified 2. 12 people were arrested actually today. And been released without any charges. So I don't even know how you even And that's the thing. It seems like nobody really knows what's going on. I mean, how you arrest that many people and then let all of them go because you have nothing on them?
Right.
I mean, so what y'all got to say about this attack? I mean, for the people who know, I mean, like you said, it was attacked Saturday night. Because we didn't even see it the Sunday morning. We was at breakfast. And it happened on TV. I'm like, well, what's going on? And y'all got anything to say on this?
This is my first time hearing about it.
Yeah, they going through it over there. Anything you got to say about this, Jay?
No, it's just bad. It's just terrible for us to have to be going through this again, and for there still be like so much hatred out there that they're willing to kill themselves and kill up a bunch of innocent people. It's just bad.
I just see just now more than 130, I guess, over there. You would call them funeral homes refused to bury the London attackers. But that only makes sense. Nobody's gonna hold them bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, if you attack the country, nobody's gonna want to bury you. Trust me, nobody's gonna take that hit. Nobody want that bad publicity on their business. I'm not gonna bury them and then nobody will ever come to me ever again. I think that was. Even axing 130 of them don't want to do it, and I do not blame them. And maybe if you have some small town nobody knows about a little small one, maybe them, but yeah, just be careful.
The government's gonna step in and take it.
Oh, they are?
Do whatever they're gonna do with the bodies.
I mean more likely, but to keep it moving, I'll say, man, just be careful out there because you never know, man. You really never know where these things going to occur. And I know people because nobody want to be confined to their house. Nobody wants to be, always sitting home. You want to go out and enjoy your life. And you got these people making it hard. Don't let these people stop you from living, from enjoying your life, enjoying your kids, enjoying your leisure time. But at the same time, you just have to be careful. You don't want to, be caught in the wrong place, wrong time, even though that's not up to you. Always keep your head on the swivel. Because you never know. Because a lot of times they used to tell you, if somebody seem out of place, you like at the movie theaters and they actually tell you to watch out for suspicious people. If you look suspicious, you don't want to profile people. They tell you not to profile people.
It's gonna get bad.
But profiling people is bad. But sometimes, come on, man. To keep people safe, sometimes you have to profile people.
Yeah, but it's gonna cause a lot of riots. With the the foreigners, it's gonna cause a lot of riots with the people that are Americans and unfortunately, have that image.
Right.
It's gonna cause a lot of problems.
What's that to? Okay, no?
I was just agreeing with you. You got to profile people these days.
Yeah, people profile people all the time. You judge people. Well, I don't judge people. That's a lie. We all do it. And the way the world's going, we may have to do it more.
It's gonna be bad. It's not gonna turn out good. It's gonna cause more harm than it will do help.
Yeah, but I guess at the end of the day, that's the choice we have to make.
And it's gonna make a lot more people hostile.
Right. Sad as it is. All right, keeping it moving. Y'all, that's any final thoughts on that? Prayers goes out to the people who lost their lives and. Anybody who dealing with these terrorists, I don't know which group they was part of, but none of them are good groups. So prayers go out to those family. And if you want to continue the conversation, you can at everydaymanpod@gmail.com. You can email us with any questions or anything that pertaining to the show. Keeping it moving. One of the bigger topics. I wish we had more time to talk about it because I know we're on the time restraint. I know Jay's telling me to hurry up, and I know we have to. So real quick. Friday night, Bill Maher got in trouble about, he said, I know me and Jay heard on the radio this morning, I'm pretty sure Kid know about it by now, that, he used the word, he called himself a house nigga on live TV. And, I really wish you had more time to discuss this in depth because so many ways you could chop this up, man. So many different ways. And we may have to come back and revisit this one because, We have to. But real quick, just to give a rundown for time restraints. Bill Maher was on the show Friday night, live with a senator named. Oh man, let me see. I should have had this pull up. I know we were rushing, but the senator said something about slavery. he said something about being in the field with him, and Bill Maher's response was that he would have been a house nigga, and people are up in arms about it, and he didn't apologize. And another reason they're upset because he didn't apologize till 4 o'clock the next day. I mean, people outraged once it happened, but it seemed like he had to. And the thing about these people, rich people and people in certain positions of power, they always have to go through all these certain people to like come out with the right words instead of being genuine about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being genuine about it, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. He could have actually apologized right after the show because you didn't tell me he didn't know this was coming. He knew this was, right? You knew this was coming, so you don't have to wait to apologize for something after that. People don't believe your apology. They think it's BS because, you know, you first off, you took so long to apologize.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, you didn't come out immediately and say you were sorry.
Because if you would have caught yourself right when he said it, he would be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word. But he meant to use it.
Right. And
he felt that way about it. He uses that word so much that he used it even if he was playing. He's just so comfortable using it.
Oh, yeah. I think Chappelle say, for a nigga that says nigga a lot, trust me, that nigga says nigga all the time. So he's way too comfortable saying that word, man. And I know a lot of people saying, oh, you used to date black women. That don't give you a pass just because you date black women. Really, Superhead, does she count? I mean, I don't know. It's been a few others, but come on, man. Oh man. Like I said, you know this, huh?
It's just bad, man.
It is real bad. You know, the senator came out and said he should have said something right then. Kind of like threw my man up under the bus. He ain't want no parts of that. You know, people calling for his job, saying his show should be, you know, canceled and stuff like that. And it's crazy. I mean, and his show is on HBO. Everybody know who Bill Maher is. He's been around forever. He had that show for a long time now. And I think he made the company a lot of money. They're not going to fire him. I don't think they are. They may do something to him. I mean, he is a comedian. A lot of people say they want the comedians to push certain issues and be edgy and things like that. But Jay, was this too far?
You know what? They're making a really big deal about it. Like I say,
I'm gonna stop you for a second. I'm gonna stop. We have people listen to the show before you. I don't want you to say nothing.
I'm gonna say what I gotta say because yes, he used the word. I don't appreciate his apology. I think it was very corny and whack, and it was unsincere. But you know, we want to blow up on anybody else that used the word nigga that's not African American, but yet we use it all the time. Come on now.
Oh no, she didn't.
Yes, I did.
I just told her not to do that.
I don't care. I'm gonna say it because it need to be said. It need to be said. Do it make it right? No. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm not giving him the pass.
What'd you say, Kim?
If he would have used faggot or derogatory terms for lesbians or whatever, it would have been way more serious. But it's the fact that he did use the word nigga that he felt like he didn't have to apologize.
Right.
For how he viewed black people.
Right. So why do we have to accept that white people saying the word nigga? But I mean the fact because people, oh man, I wish we had more time to talk about this. But Jay, this is where I didn't want to take this conversation.
It need to be said.
Because
I just do it. That's why I said we have to do it. We have to do a whole show.
Well, to be continued. We could pick this up after we do the next movie.
Yeah, we also have the anyway, real quick, but oh man, oh that's crazy. You know what? I don't like when people say that because it was such a bad word back in the day. And so when we took the word and made it and took it and owned it, once you get to the point, once you beat somebody to the punch and they can't use something to hurt you that they used to hurt you with, they don't want you to use it. We can't hurt you with it anymore, so we want to cut it out because we the one started it. Don't be taking stuff that we use to hurt you to use it against us. And like I said, I think he was wrong. I think he crossed the line. I think he should apologize because if you'd have called somebody a faggot or queer,
and he's out of there.
he would have been fired by now. I mean, because you got. I mean,
Jessica, let me ask you a question, Jay. Are you all lives matter?
Shut up.
Because this deal with all lives matter. It's like the police killing black people, but black people killing black people too. That's exactly what you just did.
No, I did not.
Actually, that is a similar.
No, I did not.
To be honest, I gotta side with Ken. That is a similar argument. The fact that when cops kill black people, and then people say, "Well, black people kill black people," that's like what you just said.
No, it's not. I'm just reminding people that we need to all stop using that word if we want to really make a difference. If we really want to change people and change ourselves, because we can't just be carrying it on. Of course, they're gonna think it's okay. How many people want to follow hip hop because we're hip hop? Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say.
That's because white people don't have no culture. They don't.
They do.
No, they don't. They really they don't. They don't.
They don't. But it's white culture. You can't give me something that's white culture.
There's no such thing as white culture.
I just want to remind people that we have to stop using it. We have to set the example.
No, why do we have to stop using it though?
Because we're the bigger people.
The issue I have with this whole thing. Why do white people want to say the word? Why do they want to say it?
It's just that one thing because you know why? Because we said that they can't. That's why.
Right. That's the only reason why they have no reason to actually say the word. Now let's say people look at it different. Let's say if you grew up in the culture. Let's say if you grew up in actually like the hood. If you actually like grew up in the hood, you may get a pass. You know, even Eminem don't even say the word nigga in his records. Maybe he had before, but he don't do it on the regular. And he actually grew up 8 Mile. He grew up in the culture. He grew up poor and broke, just like the rest of us. But we have to cut this. I know this is a short show, and I know it was getting kind of heated. But we go. This gonna be a part 2 to this conversation because this was actually supposed to be the conversation part of the podcast, like we always usually do. But we will be continuing this conversation because I actually didn't know that Jay felt this way about it. So that's something.
Jessica.
Yeah, because she actually, I wasn't expecting her to say that.
I just want everybody to be open-minded and just remember,
Oh, we got to come back to the conversation.
We will be coming to this conversation. We will be coming back to this conversation. But real quick, we cut it off. I know we got to go pick up our daughter. So, real quick, anything y'all got to say before we get out of here?
Let's go. See you next time.
All right. See y'all next time. Like I say, you can reach us at everydaymanpod@gmail.com with any emails, compliments, anything you want to talk about. You can find me on Twitter at Everydayman Podcast. You can find me on Facebook at Cordera Hicks. And you can find us on SoundCloud, all our audio, Stitcher, iTunes. We're everywhere now, man. So please support the show. You can donate. Every little thing. Rate us, please. Everything is greatly appreciated. With that being said, we are out of here. Peace.